Welcome back to another episode of Max Level Video Games, where me, Shane, show you guys the ins, the outs, and all abouts of owning your own retro video game store. Today, we have so much going on. My phone, my watch is just blowing up. It looks like we have a bunch of packages sitting at the front door, so I gotta text someone to go deal with that. Back to here we are. We're here. We have a few things going on. I have a couple repairs I gotta do. We have a bunch of inventory, and John's not coming in for today and tomorrow. Code will be here later, so I need to get going on some of this stuff. I have like 3 repairs I got going on. This poor Xbox Series, I'll show you a picture. This is something you don't want to see when it comes to repairs. This whole entire thing has, 1, been repaired before, and 2, is completely decimated and gone. Almost every single one of these traces is completely gone. And for me to do this repair, it would take me hours, and realistically it would cost too much. Because of the amount of time it takes for us to do this. Yes, it is repairable, but in general, whoever did the repair last time or screwed up the HDMI last time royally foobarred the system. So the customer decided to just have us put it back together. He's going to sell it for parts on eBay, which is good for him. We're going to move on to the next repair, which is something common that we've constantly seen. The rail is completely tore out of this switch. The worst thing when this happens is the screw holes completely strip. And so we have to like super glue it back together, because the only way you can get the whole case back together with good screw holes is you have to replace the front and the back and get a whole new shell pretty much. So what we try to do is super glue the plastics back in, super glue the holes so the threads hopefully can be tight. It's just, we're seeing this all the time, because this is, even with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screw holes, these things still get ripped out. People just rage quit. I also got an Xbox One S that we are waiting for an HDMI on, so we ordered some more HDMI ports and we're waiting for those. These are super common to have that chip right here go bad. Hopefully that's not the case, because John said it was kind of working when he tested it, so he was able to get some picture. So hopefully we just have to replace the HDMI port. Shouldn't be too bad as soon as we get one in, which we should be getting one today. We also got 11 o'clock pickup for USPS and whatever else we got going out here. So this is everything that's constantly a day in, day out, and the reason why I haven't really been posting too many videos is it's just I'm busy. And the content I have sometimes is boring and not as fun and exciting. So, you know what? Follow me so I can get all this done in a decent amount of time before we open. Alright, let's get this Xbox Series back together really quick. Oh, the thermal paste that was on here is kind of bad too. Alright. Before I even start this, I forgot there's one other thing I need to do, and that's to check if we have any online orders so I can get them shipped out today instead of waiting for tomorrow. Something I gotta check on a morning basis just so I can get a little ahead for shipping and packages get to their destination where they need to go in a decent amount of time. Especially so close to the holidays, because there's no guarantees around the holidays for shipping. And according to this, I have one item that is going to be to grab and shipped out. Corey picked up Bowser's Fury on the Switch. So I gotta do that before I do this. There's a lot of stuff to remember when you're dealing with your own shop, especially by yourself. It's also kind of cold in here, so I'm going to turn on the heat. It's a kind of rainy day. And without my jacket on, I'm cold. So there's that. We also just purchased this Galaxy new 3DS. It's a beautiful Galaxy new 3DS. Except it keeps not powering on, and we don't know why. So we've been testing it periodically, making sure it's still working properly. So I'm going to test it one more time, see what happens to it. And it turned on. So it might have just been the motherboard right here that deals with charging the battery and turning on. The other one might have just been messed up that we're using. It was very inconsistent. It would come on, charge, be fine for like 2 hours, then would stop. Okay, so we just changed the motherboard that deals with that. So that looks like it's working, which is good. So if you want a new 3DS Galaxy, we have one available at MaxLevelVideoGames.com. Went ahead and grabbed this guy right here, and that's good to go, which I'll get it shipped out with another package that we got picking up in about an hour-ish, hopefully. The mailman is very inconsistent. We just get here by 11, and at this point, again, we pretty much open the shop at 11. It's not scheduled, but we just kind of have to, unless we go and drop it off. And so far, it's been convenient for them to come pick it up at whatever time between 11 and 12. So that's what we've been doing. Plus, it allows the tracking to start as soon as he gets in here and scans the package. And that means the people, you guys out there who are worried about packages not getting delivered or shipped or started, we can show you that it's started. And so package this up. Let's talk about the inconsistency of this channel, which is hard to deal with, which is true. Because I run the business and do the work, sometimes I don't have the time and the luxury to fortunately make content, which sucks, especially for the channel. And I've been debating this back and forth for the last months if I just quit YouTube, quit doing it, tried to make content. I feel like the reason why it's not as good, not from my point of view, but in general of the way content's made on YouTube, I feel like the way YouTube is you have to get as much out as possible to potentially make money. We know we don't make money on YouTube. It's more it's more personal. So because of that, you know, we're not super favorable on YouTube. It doesn't come up on the analytics. It's just the way it's designed. And because of the inconsistencies and me working and everything else, sometimes it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't work out, or, you know, maybe I think the content isn't worth it because I want the content to be worth it, like entertaining, enjoyment, you know, knowledgeable. And there you go. So I got this guy ready to get a label for pickup in an hour. I'm gonna go get that Xbox back together. I don't have to worry about doing anything outside of the shop. So I don't have to go pay rent or anything like that. That's already done, taken care of this month. John also picked up a PS5 controller we got for like 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace last night. I don't know when he's supposed to bring that in, but we gotta grab that, and hopefully, I doubt it works properly. We're probably gonna have to do sticks on it, but we're looking to ramp up our controller and backstock, and PS5's controllers were kind of lacking on, so we need to get more of that. Plus, our competition GameStop has adjusted their prices by significant amount when it comes to their PS5 controllers, so we need to adjust our controllers as well. So we got to figure out what that looks like, because apparently now a new controller from PS5 for the PS5 is not $80 anymore, which is good for all of us. It's bad because that also means we just, instead of getting these things fixed properly, we're just going to sit here and buy another one, and I really don't want to see it. But we're trying to get back stock because we don't, I think we have no extra PS5 controllers. We sell out of them quite a bit. But we would like more so we can start doing Hall effects in them so you guys can actually get your money's worth out of these things. And yeah, we could easily just, you know, do every single one of our PS5 controllers with Hall effects because they last longer, way longer. But we want to be able to have price points for individuals that may or may not have the funds at the time to spend $70, $80 on a Hall Effects controller, even though it's worth it. Potentially just get a controller and be able to play for a bit. And then if they want to upgrade later, save some money, they can. Because we always think about the customer. When it comes to repairs, when it comes to how much something costs, how much it, repairs cost, if it's worth it to the customer, we always put ourselves in certain brackets. Broke college student. Then we got the medium income individual, single man life, woman life that has no kids, no priority or anything. And then we have the family, man, woman, child. We have the family, the single, and the broke. And we try to get a spread of prices for each one of those individuals as much as we can. So you feel like you've accomplished something, like a new controller you need to get. It's not breaking the bank. It works and you're happy with it. But there's always potential for an upgrade or something better down the line. And so just being able to have multiple different prices based on conditions and stuff like that, it's kind of our goal, is to have that option. But right now, PS5 controllers, we just don't have enough in stock to keep up with that. So we are going to find more. Even if they're broken, we're willing to pay for them. It depends on what kind of break it is. But since we are able to repair them, we can, work that out and see. But right now, Xbox One. And we're just going to put this back together and think to myself, is there anything else I need to get done? We have an hour before the mailman comes. I have the PS3 controller that we just picked up from Goodwill, charging, paid $15 and some odd cent. Well, no, $14.99, no tax on this. So we're just letting it charge. I haven't even tested it yet, so we're just going to let it charge. We'll come back to that. We do need PS3 controllers as well, but we do have a bucket. So luckily we have that. But we're trying to get through the stuff that's in the buckets first. Give him the picture that we took of it. And move on to the next repair. All right, I have another couple of minutes. The next thing we got to do is this guy. We just ordered a bunch of these Joy-Con rails because we've seen this issue too many times. So we are going to try and hopefully... Oh man, they don't even have the rest of the screws, so we're going to have to get some screws from our parts bucket as well. We got some parts for the screws. We're gonna try to take. I'm gonna try to take these little nubs off and maybe super glue them back in. If I can. I really hope there's still some life back on some of these other threads that didn't get torn out. Yes, I can reuse the rail, but realistically, I'm not going to. Because the whole entire rail has been torn off. So we're just going to get a new one and take this apart really quick. SD card? SD card. Oh, this thing's been through the ringer. It's missing all but one screw for the back when it comes to the Phillips. The top is completely missing the screw here. It's no game. Hopefully the connection piece isn't damaged and it's just the ribbon cable that it connects to. That's best case scenario. Worst case, it's not, and then we have to go from there. worst thing is not knowing if something's totally broken until you get into it. Dang, man, this whole thing, this whole corner screw is completely ripped. I wonder if someone's been in here before. These things are pretty easy as long as you have the right tools to get into. Let's take a look. Thermal paste is Nintendo's thermal putty paste. The one we're looking at is right here. Good. It looks like the connector's still intact, so that wasn't torn out, which is good. But as you can see, that whole entire connector is toasted. We'll grab a new one. We just ordered a bunch of these double packs. So we're gonna do this, and then I think let's see if I can remember how this went in. Like that. This goes in here, and then it twisty twists to go in here. Okay, that's back in. Let's see if we can get at least a screw to start. Maybe one of the ones in the middle have enough threads to do something. Oh, not the one in the middle. We're gonna go maybe this one. Oh, okay. That one's in there. Good. Good. All right, cool. We can deal with this. But I'm gonna have to take it out. Because as much as this could be used, we're going to try to... How am I going to do this? I should have done this before. I'm trying to super glue this back together with these plastic bits. And then I need to check the threads on this middle one. See if there's still some thread left. I'd prefer 3 screws. That's good. We might get lucky. We may not have to. What about this one over here? That one's good. All right. We got 3 solid screws in here. The other 2 are not. Okay. Just to try to do the best I can, I'm going to undo this, even though it was a pain to get it in. I'm going to try to super glue those 2 that ripped out and then use the other 3 that we have with threads to hold it in place. And hopefully we don't see it come back. We don't want to see them come back. We want the customer to come back because they're looking for games, not because they want stuff repaired. Realistically. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Try to figure out which plastic piece goes where. I think this one goes here. Question mark. Yeah, okay. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna put some super glue around this. as much as I can. I'll put some around the other side. It's always nice when it doesn't open. Oh, this one's never been open. Huh? Excuse me? John, take one of my super glues? I know I opened one of these not too long ago, so we had the same problem. John, did you take my super glue? Where'd the cap go? Alright, let's pop a damn hole in this thing. Alright. Be careful. I'm gonna we have these small little zip ties. We're gonna use it to dab some super glue in the area we want. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on. In the area we want, so hopefully it stays where it needs to go. Because my fingers are not big enough to go in there, and neither is the tip of the super glue. Super glue in the morning. Alright. Oh, I don't want to super glue my damn freaking fingers together. Come on, go back in your hole you used to live in. There you go, one side. Come on. All right. Okay. Well, there's that. Let's try the other one. Making a mess. I don't want super glue all over my pads as much as I can. I'll put it on the paper towel. That just absorbed it. Good job, Shane. All right, let's go back to this and just try to put a dab in here. And then put this one in here, hopefully. Put it this way. I'll put some super glue on the back end of this, without super gluing my fingers together, preferably. Alright, put a little more super glue on the end of this. Try to get some super glue in the spots I want it. These tiny cracks as best as I can. Well, put the lid back on. That lid doesn't even stay on very well. All right. Clean up my mess, and then we'll hook it back up screw all the screws in, and hopefully it stays together. And test it. Of course, we got to test it. We got to make sure it's actually working. Ooh, that might be a problem. Sitting close enough. That shouldn't be a problem. If I didn't put one of those connectors or the screw we just super glued in properly, it may stick out too far and cause some issues, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So we should be good. All right, we got 30 minutes till 11, so we gotta pick it up a bit. Yuck. All right, give me a screw I can use. Uh-oh. My theory was correct. Shoot. Now that those two things are in there, it's not fitting quite 100%. My screws that I wanted to use aren't able to. Yeah, that just popped right out. Alright. I'm not going to be able to use those. This one was sticking up too much, and I would have had to, like, finagle it. Dang it. Let's rebuild these. This is great. It would have been great if they used metal. Instead of plastic for these things, I would have probably not torn out as much. But you know as much as I do, metal costs money. Oh crap. It's going well. I think I just super glued the damn screw in. Yay. Go away. All right. Round number 2. I might have done it again. It's not getting taut. That screw hole may be screwed. In that case, I'll grab some more super glue. I'm gonna dip it in this hole. Trying to make new threads for it. All right, let's try this one back here. That's the same. It's not catching. Okay. This is the nightmare. Just really hoping not to worry about it, but the threads on the top that hold it, plus the thing, are just too worn out. Dang. All right. Give me some of these screws. 1, 2. Now we let the customer know that when stuff like this happens, it's kind of not the best case scenario. So just consider that we try our best to get this back together, but realistically, it's tough sometimes. Especially when all the threads are completely torn out. All right. Hopefully the screws aren't sticking too much up so the Joy-Con can slide. Some new thermal paste. And sometimes we do leave the old thermal paste because it's not going to hurt it, right? More thermal paste isn't really going to hurt it at all. Okay. That whole corner's gone. Okay. I don't see, the plastic holes here don't seem too bad. Clean the back of it. There we go. Let's see if we can get that last screw in there. That one's probably the best one of them all. I'm not going to put the rest of the screws. I just want this side to kind of hold. All right, let me go get some Joy-Cons and see if it works. All right, moment of truth. We'll put the rest of the screws in afterwards. Oh, of course it's dead. I can't even test it because it's dead. Okay, cool. Let me go get a charger. I might have to wait for this to charge up before I can test it. Well, the customer didn't let me know there was a charging issue. That's great. That's fantastic. This isn't charging. Seriously? No, it's not charging. Well, this is a good opportunity. I don't know if this thing needs to be charged or not either, but it's supposed to be like that. Let's find out. This is a tester. I don't know quite how it works. $5 volt. Instruction manuals. Host computer. Fast charging port. Toggle button switch. Oh, I saw power. There it goes. Okay. Quick charge. Okay. So it's charging, it's turned on. Oh man, I can't read any of this. Alright, 24 pin. Let's see. Oh, it just shut off. Maybe it needs power? It's not charged enough? Guessing that says low battery. It turns off. Let's see if we plug it into the other one and see if it... Oh, now I have a charge light. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can turn it on with a charge. There we go. Now it's charging. All right, let's see if it works. Let's see what it does. Testing. Says it's all good. What? Okay, let's turn it around. Same. Okay, so the port's not bad, but why am I not getting anything on the screen? I guess we'll just leave it plugged in for a bit and see if it just is dead. I'll charge this thing somewhere else really quick. Yeah, the customer never said it wasn't charging, so just hopefully it charges enough to do something. Because it says the charge port's fine. Doesn't. I mean, I have to do a little more work on with this thing to see what error codes it brings up if the M92 is not charging or something like that. So we'll have to go from there. Hopefully it's just dead. I guess while I wait, we'll try the PS3 controller we got from Goodwill. So we got the PS3 controller. It's been charging for a bit. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and load up into Minecraft. Usually if it has rando, it'll start on the main screen and just do whatever. So I'll wait to load into this and continue trying to get this to load. Maybe, okay. Alright, play offline. Seems like everything so far is working, which is good. We like it when controllers that we buy from Goodwill work. I don't have to work so hard. Unlike that. It's gonna make me work harder. And I only got 15 minutes before we gotta open, so I wonder if the screen... No, because I saw the Nintendo logo when I pressed the button. I don't know. Alright, time to test the controller. Forward, back, right, left, up, down, left, right stick, left stick, perfect, left, right. Place the dirt, destroy the dirt, triangle, up, down, left, right, perfect, circle, triangle, circle, X, perfect, square, perfect. Start, select. Man, look at that. We got a working PS3 controller, but we're not done. Okay, we're not done. It's been charging for a bit. You ready? We got to unplug it. Does it pair? Bam, look at it's charging too. We got a working PS3 controller from Goodwill, which is good because we can always use more. All right, I'm going to go semi-open the shop, I guess. I guess we're going to do that really quick. Look how amazing that was. We opened the shop. Thought it was recorded, but I guess not. There's a concern, though, because something said it was delivered, and I don't know if it's supposed to be delivered here or to the house, and I really hope it wasn't delivered here, because if it was, that means the USPS guy picked up and dropped mail off already, and he's supposed to come pick up us. That would mean he's super early. I can't be opening between 10 and 12 o'clock just for the USPS. So now I got to check that really quick. This is how the day in, this is how it works. So I just checked and no, the item has not been delivered yet. So it is coming here. So that would mean our USPS guy hasn't picked up or dropped off yet. Good. Hopefully, because we have a scheduled pickup. All right, back to what I was doing. All right, so now we're semi-open. Usually when he picks up, I just close the shop for another like 30-40 minutes before everything else happens. So we'll put this into stock. That's good, needs to be cleaned, ready to go. This switch has 0 signs of life. Great. All right. I guess I'll take it apart and check M92. The thing he didn't say there was a fault, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure it out. All right. Let's see. There's a fuse right here. Fuse is good. Let's check M92. M92 is fine. Let's check voltage on the actual battery. 3.29. I don't think that's too low to do anything. Okay. What we'll do is unplug it, plug it back in. 3.29 is too low. 3.3. Let me see if I have another battery to test it really quick. The two batteries right here. See if they have enough voltage. I don't have a way right now to charge these batteries besides in a switch. Well, this is 4 volts. So I'm going to plug this battery in really quick, just so we can test it, make sure the system's working as well, and probably just leave it charged for a bit. All right, let's go ahead and plug in the charger. Come here, USB. Sorry, it's all tangled up in you guys. It's all tangled. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's see. 4-volt charger. There's the screen. Okay, so the USB port is fine. It's booting up now like normal. So that battery is just super depleted. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and unplug the battery, and then we'll just... You know what? Let's see if I did a thing. Volume's all the way up. Let's see. Hey, there it is. That's the side we fixed right there. I lied. This is the side we fixed. Let's see. Hey. There we go. Oh. Huh? Fan spinning. Did I just brick it? Did I just freak it out? I've never... Come on, Switch. The whole thing froze. Wow. Okay. I guess I'll unplug the battery. Go from there. I've never had that happen. So this battery is super depleted. We're going to put it back together and let the battery charge. And hopefully, I mean, it should come on. It's too low for it to work properly. All right, we're going to sit this on the charger for a while and hopefully it comes to life. All right. Oh, there it goes. Showed it was charging. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the dock, let it charge, and hopefully it comes to life. We can test the Joy-Cons, make sure everything's working properly. The HDMI is plugged into the PS3. Okay. Well, we tested the controller. I don't need the PS3 anymore. So I'm going to steal its HDMI port. Which I really should just get another one for this thing. Alright, it's charging. We're just gonna let it sit on the charger and let it dock. Look at it, it's charging. And hopefully after it charges and boots up, we'll see it on the screen. So, on to the next repair, which would be this Xbox One S, but I'm waiting for the HDMI to be delivered. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do is we actually need to get these into stock. So we've been putting parts and pieces of systems that we use here in the shop in stock online. So you guys have an opportunity to pick up the parts and pieces that we use constantly for repairs, so you can repair your own stuff. The right to repair. We're giving you an option to buy the parts, hopefully at a decent price. So I got to take half of these and put them into stock for you guys to be able to purchase, also customers, and get that into stock. We also have a bunch of stick tips, which here's our stick tips. PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox 360, which also is for the Xbox original. So we're selling those. It's pretty much everything we have for parts we're trying to sell for you guys as well, for opportunity for you guys to purchase. And the price hopefully aren't super inflated. We do get most of it for wholesale, so we get it fairly cheap, so we're able to price either below or about what eBay and Amazon are doing. So, you know, and you can guarantee that they work because we use them for parts here. So that's the great thing. So there you go. We actually just added these in stock now, so these parts are available on our website, MaxLevelVideoGames.com. Standard single assemblies are $7.99. The whole assembly for both sides are $9.99. Pretty cheap. I just got to make sure I get the right sides, because if you're looking at the screen, is that the left and right? Yes. If you're looking at the back, it's opposite. So the right is the left and left is the right. So you just got to make sure. Left side is the left Joy-Con side when you're facing the screen. So that's the long one. And then the right Joy-Con is the small one. So we just got to make sure those are correct. And they are. So I actually don't know what's wrong with the switch. It's missing a rail. Wonder what else is wrong with it. We're going to do a mini repair on screen while we're waiting. I lied. Alright, that was the man. We got our other part for the HDMI port for the Xbox One S, because I ran out apparently, so we had to get one quickly so we could do the repair. We're going to order more later, so that is going to be done later today by me. Let's try. Let's see what's going on with the switch. So we got a battery that we know is good. Plug it in and press the power button. Oh, logo. Touchscreen's working. The battery's fully charged, which we knew about. Our little tool is charged enough to test without having it plugged in. Let's test it. Testing, testing, testing. All good. Well, fans have... We need a new fan in here. That thing sounds like its bearings are going bad. We're gonna swap it. And the port's good. I would have to replace the fan because it kind of sounds bad. I don't know what's wrong with this switch. We may just have a working switch sitting back here for some odd reason. I'll figure out that later, I guess. Why would today go smoothly? This is the customers. It froze again while I was trying to turn it off. That has a complete different issue than the like everything else. This thing is just freezing up. I've never seen a Switch do that, and it's who knows why. This is a new one on me, so it still powers on though. We're gonna try to dock it really quick and see. That other one that I was just messing with seems to be working. Needs a new rail. Maybe I could software update this thing. If it doesn't freeze on me. Great. More diag. This thing's got something else going on with it. I can honestly say I've never seen that happen. And while recording this whole thing, now it doesn't even turn on. Let's see if it freezes again. This thing is inconsistent. Oh, and now it's working. Let's see if the fan's working though. And then it just froze up. This has some issues. Yeah, so this is what I think happened. Someone got mad and bent it in. Probably on Fortnite, which was the game that's right in front. And it caused an issue with the CPU not to be pressed down all the way. It's causing this issue. Because now that I look at it, there is a slight curvature in this system. And I think what happened is someone got mad at Fortnite, pushed it in, snapped off and now it's causing it to blue screen. That's a whole other issue. I didn't. Dang, man, Kit, you gotta be. Come on. This thing might be now like toast. But if I take it apart and hold the APU, it'll work. Let's see if I can blue screen it. Let's see if I can. Man, that sucks. Be gentle with your stuff. Ha! Don't break your stuff. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. I got like 8 minutes until we gotta actually open, so I'm gonna clean my mess and then go from there. Dang it, man. All that work that we just did kind of went poof because there's more problems than just that. Yeah. So I clean this up, I heat this up, maybe I can get it reattached, or I put something in here to put pressure down so it makes a connection. I don't know what I got that I can use to do this with. I don't know. I could do what we used to do with the old 360s and PS4 or 3s when this happened, is find some washer or some metal to put more pressure down so it stays connected, but it's not going to fix the problem. I don't have a lot of washers. All right, here's my attempt. I have this other switch. I'm seeing if this is going to be thick enough to maybe put it in here and then cover it and then tighten it down, see if it has enough force to keep it kind of flat. We'll see if that works. Yeah, because I don't know. Let's see if my big brain idea will work. I have more tin if I need to. I can even maybe use some of the back of some switches I have. I just don't know. So it usually freezes pretty quickly. So we'll just let it do its thing, see if it freezes again. That's all I got. Put it on the dock, see if it docks. All right, the fan is spinning, which is good. But we have another problem. Of course we got another problem. So this is the one that is working, and Should boot up. Hold on. Oh, someone's in here. And of course, as it happens every single day, John's not here. We got another repair. We got an overheating PS5. We got to take it apart, clean it all out, make sure it's not overheating anymore. All right. So this one is the one that we just were messing around with, and it's docking. All right. So yes, this one is docking. Right. This one, let's see if it's even still going. Well, it looks like my main fix is still working, and I'm still able to use it, so that's cool. Looks like we put enough pressure on the CPU. The bigger issue is this now. Alright. I could fix this. I could figure out what's wrong. Probably, I know what's wrong. When the kid, we're going to say a kid. Alright, when the kid got mad and twisted it, he popped it off and probably maybe desoldered one of those legs on the connection between the on the motherboard. This is, you know, we could take the whole motherboard out and I could test the connection on the back and see if, dang, this thing's, it's, you know, there's no guarantee even after if I got it to dock that it would still work, or how long it would work, or, you know, we're playing the guessing time game of if it's going to work or not. So I think I'll take it apart and test to see if the chip on the back that deals with the docking is shorted or anything, see if any of the filters are bad. Yeah. I also need to call this customer and let them know that there are more issues that we didn't talk about. So we'll see if they want to even get it repaired, because at this point I have to let them know about the CPU situation, that they bent the motherboard, that there's other issues, including it not being able to dock. I don't even know if the Wi-Fi works or anything, so we're going to have to continue testing that. This thing might be a lost cause. I am still happy that, you know, it's still moving. Let's try the Wi-Fi. See if it connects. Alright, the Wi-Fi seems to still be working. That's a plus, because I was a little worried about that. There's no, well, I don't have the SD card in for it to download the update. And that's working. It's just not docking. And we know it's not the port because it works. I'm just going to let it charge and do its thing, and then we'll call the customer and let them know what is going on with this thing. 12:44. I'm taking it back apart and figuring out why it doesn't dock now. Now, unfortunately for this situation, I have to take the whole motherboard out and work on it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to record this whole thing, but we're going to take this apart and check the chip for a broken or possibly bad chip. And that's for docking purposes. Hopefully it's not part of this APU as well that's causing this issue that not dock. It could be. Who knows? So there's nothing wrong with the chip. There is no short, and there's no problem with the filters on this thing. I'm concluding that the APU is potentially bad. It's a Tuesday thing? Is it? Because now someone called about an HDMI port on a PS5. I'm going to be stuck doing repairs for 2 days now. I guess I could just swap out the chip and see what it does. I guess. So I'll take the chip off, swap it out, and see if it works. If it doesn't, then it's gotta be the APU that's the problem. Alright, I'm gonna take this chip off here, swap it with another one from another board. This is the board we're swapping it for. is the board we're putting it on. So I was helping customers. I'm able to take a PS5 apart really quick, especially an overheating one. We don't have to, but in general, see, I mean, there is a pretty big, it's not horrible. It's not the worst I've seen. So that means we're mostly dealing with this. And that's super common, which tells me the power supply is probably chock full of dirt. So we're gonna have to take that apart as well. So pretty much we have to deep clean this whole thing. Now I just ordered something that's gonna help us deep clean this thing, but it's not gonna be here for the next couple of days. But essentially we gotta get all the liquid metal off. We're gonna take the whole thing apart, blow out all the dust and debris, clean it all up, and test it. New liquid metal. And I have a feeling this heat sink's having trouble keeping it cool. The power supply is not in the worst shape we've seen. Let's take a look at these guys though. And you can still see through it. That's a plus. It's not horrible. This is not the worst. So it's definitely the liquid metal. There's two ways it overheats. It just shuts off, which tends to be a power supply issue. If this thing is cooking, it auto shuts off without warning. Then there's ones that will warn you it's about to shut off. That tends to be the APU. So we knew from talking to the customer that it was the APU because it would give him a warning before it shut down. And usually you can cool it off or stop playing for a bit and then go back on. So we definitely know it's liquid metal. It needs new and adjusted. So we're gonna clean it all up, get it all done for him, hopefully later today. As we got close to about a half an hour before Coda gets in here where I can continue to work back there when customers aren't, but this PS5 is pretty much ready to be cleaned up. Okay, we're gonna be taking this chip off of this one and swapping it with the other one. Okay. Clean up the flux really quick. And I'm gonna do, I know I said I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna do something as well. I really shouldn't, but I'm gonna heat up the back of the APU a bit, or the CPU, the APU, and see if maybe that helps it. I doubt it's going to be, but I really don't want to do this. Oh, jeez. Just gave it a little bit of heat. Hopefully that helps. We'll let it cool down a bit, clean up our mess, and then test it out. And if this doesn't really help its problem, this thing might be SOL. We'll have to let the customer know that what's going on with the APU causing it to freeze and everything else. We're hopefully trying to get the thing to data dump and transfer to a new switch. That's probably the best option I have. But we're going to put it back together and see what it does. You know, I told you I shouldn't have probably done something. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done something. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I'm going to do something as well. I really shouldn't. But I'm going to heat up the back of the APU a bit. Or the CPU, the APU? The APU. And see if maybe that helps it. I doubt it's going to be, but I really don't want to do this. Shouldn't have put heat on the back of it. So now I got to reflow this APU and hopefully get it to work, because that's the problem. It's kind of all I can do. So I reflowed this chip right here to hopefully get some of those solder balls to make a connection again, because the board is bent. Let this whole thing just cool down a bit, and then we'll try it again. This sucks. It's supposed to be a simple repair. As always, sometimes the simplest aren't the easiest. Yeah, it's gone. There's a short on the CPU that's causing issues. It won't boot up anymore. You know, it was already having issues before. I don't have the tools to reball a whole CPU and try to get it to work at all. Dang. All right, we're done with the Switch. We called the customer and let them know we can't repair it. It's not unrepairable. It's just that we can't repair it. All right, you know how I said it wasn't too bad looking? I changed my mind. This liquid metal is caked on here. It's almost oxidized on here. I can't even clean it off. I have to be like, I didn't think it was that bad. It is definitely that bad. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna have to put some elbow grease into this and try to get it all cleaned off, because that is such a dry spot. It's insane. It's the whole CPU. We're just getting, this is new. I've never seen this, so I'm gonna get to it. Oxidized as bad as the heatsink was, which is good, because that would sucked to scrape and clean, because that thing was solid. It's bad. All right, there we go. Got new liquid metal on there. Got it all nice and even. Code is here, but the PS5 is being tested, making sure it doesn't overheat. We replaced all that goody goodness and cleaned it all out, so we'll just continue playing. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna get this HDMI in and get this put back together. That's still being tested. Seems like it's still working. It's been about an hour. This HDMI port's on, and the Xbox One S is working, so I didn't have to change the chip. I'll have to put that back together tomorrow. The side panel's back on tomorrow. This thing's been going for an hour, which is good. It's not overheating. The fan's not going crazy. It's normal air. Then I got to message John anyways, because he bought a Switch OLED with no back. But that's also going to be it for repairs tomorrow, as soon as I put those back together. So we have no other repairs right now. So luckily, we can maybe get something else done. Because that Switch took me too many hours. I spent way too long, just to figure out I can't fix it. Which is getting to the point where it's super frustrating. That I'm starting to get to those things, and I need to start learning to repair them. So therefore, I need to start messing around and finding out, buying blue screens, swapping, doing balls. They're coming more and more often. But that's gonna be it for me today. That is a pretty much a day in the life of me trying to get other stuff done. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, you may not be able to fix everything, but as long as you gain a little bit more knowledge on something, you eventually will level up to be able to fix that item.